In any case, let's get back to it. It's Hearts of Iron 4, and it's time to extract vengeance on the New World. We poor Comintern have been an absolute nuke magnet for the game, especially the irradiated hull that was once Bucharest. God knows how many times that's been nuked. Similarly, Brittany ate a whole load of nukes. Occupied Germany, I think along the lowlands border there, was really eating it. So, time for revenge. Hopefully we don't get nuked anymore. So. Where did we leave off last time? Well, I've got my marine units ready and in position. Most of them at least. I think some of them are still desperately swimming their way over. So is my Spearhead Rush Division, all getting into position. Now, USA and Canada, probably not going to be so easy to flip over. Because, well, they're huge, they're full of useless land. USA has a million different victory points spread across them. And they're not really willing to give up anytime soon, are they? I mean, lots of others have been flipped, but get rid of the... maybe just get rid of all the capitulated there. And get rid of the miners. Canada needs to be down to 20% or fewer. USA as well. We are working on that for the USA though. We have a... here we go. Collaboration government. When that kicks in, it should make it a little easier to break them apart. Ignore Canada, just rush US. No, Canada is a major. I can't entirely ignore them. But I do think that ignoring Canada is not the worst idea in the world, though, because look at this hellscape. What is there? There's one major artery for railway here. Supply is going to be a nightmare if I move into Canada, so I really think moving across this is going to be horrible. I mean, moving across this will be horrible as well, but at least aren't that many victory points here? These are small ones. Well, Kansas isn't small. But down south is probably a whole lot better. We got Houston there for 10. Oh, one over there. Okay, I'm being immediately disproven about what I said. Still though, I think the south will be the better way. At least I can get supply in through their many ports, and it shouldn't be too hard for me to make my own ports. Speaking of which, I could go towards construction engineering so that I can build up, let's see, I think it's just 10% on... Supply hub, 10%, okay. Naval base, 10%. That's not a lot, but it might be better than anything else. Although resistance suppression would also be rather nice. I'll go for construction, if only for this fight. What's happening in Cuba? There's not a lot to be said about Cuba. They're factionless and democratic, so I can't go and build up some missile silos there, sadly. Unless you're wondering what that is, and that's just the United Kingdom added again. So Jake, as a Swede, how patriotic are you feeling right now? I look at this and I feel nothing. Right, we've given up on research. I don't think there's anything worth my time anymore when it comes to this, so ignoring that. I've got a lot of free civilian buildings. I'm working on... working on more supply here. I don't really think I need much more supply here. I'm going to need all these buildings for probably thumping this full of supply, and I want to be getting my units in place. I might want to switch out some of my units to really just bring over everything I can. Something I did notice when poking around at the game was a little bonus you can get to the production of your goods. Tungsten is doubled thanks to the amazing infrastructure, but this tungsten is doubled and then 20% more put on top of it due to supply routes. And I was wondering why that was, and it's because it actually has a supply hub inside it. A supply hub boosts resource production by 20%. I would like 20% more of 300. It's probably only with 20% more of 150. But regardless, I want that. Supply hubs are big and expensive, but I think I'll still put one down along here. If only to get... oh, that's not where I want you. There. If only to get that bonus. Assuming that's how it works, but I think that is how it works. So, Marines are mostly in position. You guys are not in position, but you're all trained up for it, so I think we'll get rid of your orders. And I imagine pretty quickly I'm going to want a lot of units thrown over here, if only to hold the line. So, I want you guys over to Lisbon, and then just make your way over to, ooh, crikey. There we go, I know how to click these buttons. Surely you feel la gomme, Nemen, Yoho, etc, etc. Some of these units don't have railway guns, and I know I have railway guns, so choo-choo your way over with that unit. Okay, that's fine. You guys will make your way over. You guys are making your way over. You guys are making your way over faster. My cancer tank divisions are just going to hold Newfoundland. I don't want that one dropping away, regardless. I have a small situation with the French. What do I do with all these French people? I think they're surplus to requirement as infantry, since France refuses to tap into their manpower reserves, because they've been nuked into submission. I think that's a genuine thing to be concerned about when releasing collaborative governments, that their laws are garbage. When you puppet a country, their laws are alright. In fact, I think they inherit the laws from whatever their previous state was, so all adults serve over in the People's Romanian Republic. So, I don't know, I think it might be better actually to have a puppet and then bring them down to autonomous, not autonomous, integrated puppet, rather than spit this out. The difference is though, you can do this at war, so I don't know, I'm on the fence about that one, but I really don't like how limited I am on that French manpower. Although maybe this is a one-off because France got bombed into oblivion. Yeah, I can't do the next formation because Iceland is holding Danish cores, even though they're not Danish cores. So that seems a bit naff. And since they're part of Comintern, I cannot attack them. A real bit of naff. So about those Frenchies, I'm thinking the best thing to do is to go and edit this French in art and turn it into another one of my mechanized divisions. So mechs for me are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 7-3 with a lot of support on it, so I think I'll do that. So I'll take in art, I will edit you, duplicate you, and call it French mechs. Actually, you know what? We're going to call them the Surrender mechs to take another jab at them. They shouldn't need field hospitals. What do they want? Crikey, what do I normally give? They'll want maintenance companies, of course. Maintenance, logistics, anti-air, engineering, support. Something to be said for not using engineering, since I'm going to be on the offensive here. What would I even give them? Lightly armored recon? What is lightly armored anyway? What is that using? It's using armored cars. Okay, forget that. I don't think I have a lot of armored cars. Armored recon? Uses light tanks, which I also don't have. Although there's motorized recon. Everybody loves a bit of recon. Uses more trucks, which I have plenty of. And what does that help with? Fuel capacity goes up. Now that could be quite useful. Might be better than engineers, but I don't know. I've had a lot of people tell me a lot of different things about support companies, and basically everybody's saying that everything is good, except for like 2 of them where people are saying, nah, these are useless, don't use these. So if everything's good, I don't know which ones are best to use where. In any case, let's switch ourselves out with this surrender mechs, mechanized infantry. Oh, it did switch them all. Mechanized infantry, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you guys are going to be mobile, what was it, motorized artillery? That seems about right. This all seems about right, so I'm going to save that up. And I'm going to change all of you guys over to that. French surrender mechs. Doesn't tell me about the need for manpower. I can't help but feel that I'm going to feel a bit of a squeeze in the manpower. I'll get rid of your orders and have you flood over to Nantes, which looks like it has loads of supplies, so that should be fine. And if you need more manpower, you can take it out of these useless buggers who are currently on their way over to another useless position. Why don't you guys go over to, say, thereabouts, so I don't need to worry about you. Hold and strategically redeploy there, please. Can you show the factions map mode? Absolutely. Where are we looking at for that? Looking pretty Comintern-y here. Now we are at war with the East Asian Co-Prosperity Sphere, but, well, we aren't as the Swedes, but the Comintern in general is. I've just been ignoring the call to arms. Probably for the better that way. That way Japan has to focus on the commies. Wait, we're commies. They have to focus on the Soviets then. And there's no supply to be had. The Soviets themselves don't get supply, but even if Japan breaks through, which they seem to be having grave difficulty in doing. Oh yeah, because these guys are stuck in like ticks right there. Yeah, the Japanese don't have any supply, so they can't push through themselves. So that will leave me at liberty to pick them off, but I won't do that just yet. It's the Allies first. And then the co-prosperity sphere goes down, and then we'll have won the war, and it'll be the bittersweet end to this glorious campaign. What are you guys? Oh yeah, you guys are holding this, and the rest of my people are probably surplus to requirement loads of garrison units. In fact, some of them... Yeah, these guys are ultra surplus to requirement. I already have somebody that holds down all of this. So I think I'm going to take you off of your orders. Although some of you are like the only ones holding this, aren't you? Possibly, possibly. Yeah, because the other guy's defense kind of stops around here. Although, is this a strait? No, this doesn't count as a strait. People can still come up to the Red Sea from down there. Unsure what to do with all these guys. It's a hefty amount of manpower. So it's 5,000 times 52. And I'm not drowning in manpower these days. But maybe I'll be able to squeeze out some New World manpower as I conquer the whole place, so it'll be alright. You know, the question will be what country next. Haven't decided. I'm open to people giving me suggestions, but nobody has so far. But I'll be looking at the map and finding something interesting if nobody does. Right, well, I can't actually think of anything better to do with these garrisons. Okay, that garrison does come up to here, but it doesn't come up into Cairo. Tell you what, just hang around in Cairo and I'll figure out something to do with you later on. Should be plenty of supply for you. Should be right. Oh yeah, yeah. Good old ports. There's still that American, what is it, artillery train sitting around here. Railway train. Railgun train. Some kind of gun on train. Can't capture it. I think they're just bugged out and doing nothing, but too bad for them. Okay, Swedish theatre, we've been blabbing for long enough, or have we? I've got units that are undeployed. Why do I... Oh, well, let's save some manpower. I don't need all this coastal defence. Away you go. Oh, there we go. The manpower suddenly looks a whole lot better. And I've got some mech. Ooh, I've got yet more mechs ready to come along. Dang. Well, that's starting to sound quite good. God knows it would be good for supply, but, yeah, what the heck. Let's just get you guys... out on, well, I can't do it over there since I haven't annexed it. Let's have you out on Stuttgart. I think I deployed these coastal guys and didn't even actually want to. Can't imagine I'll need a lot of garrison for the Americas, and even if I do, I can take them over from what I already have in Europe, since Europe won't be a threat. But these guys are already regulars, so I don't know. Maybe they should just sit around and do some exercises. Why not? I'll grab you, just make you go here, and just make you work out and get swole, and maybe someday you'll... Maybe someday I'll put you to use. It's not impossible. Otherwise, let's see, I've got a couple of... these poor buggers which aren't doing anything, and they could just sit around as well. Maybe move them up somewhere else, like Cologne. I like Cologne, been there a few times. And I've got some submarines who can join in with this fun. I don't know if that actually merged them together with the job there. Well, can't I just select all and tell them all to get on this job and all to maintain naval thingamajigger here, which I think we already had, right? Oh yeah, we've got the advantage had here, and I'll certainly want more planes brought over, but at least fuel shouldn't be an issue. Trotsky Mexico run. I wouldn't probably want to do a Commie run just after this Commie run. Oh well, no, Trotsky wouldn't be Commie now, would he? Have you done little Entente front? I've done very little in HoI actually. What have I done? I did Bhutan, I did San Salvador, I did Ethiopia, I tried and failed Liberia. And I struggle to think of it. Oh, Mongolia, of course, as well. Of course, Trotsky is a Commie. But would he be Comintern Commie? I don't know. I'm not familiar with all these focus trees and the like that have been put in the game since its many years release ago. Legendary Romania. Are they really as legendary as advertised, though? Right, hanging around here too much. We need to get underway. I don't know if I want to wait on the reinforcements coming in. I want you to get yourselves stuck in there. So activate the plan. And hopefully we just come in, grab some land, start building up some supply, and we move in our big boys who are due to arrive at some point. Get on it. Game says I have low manpower when I have 600,000 manpower. Seldom have I had so much manpower. You ever considered a modded alt history run? It's a little early to consider mods since I'm still having a great load of fun with the base game. Alright, go, 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 my Marines. Thankfully, these Marines are led by Martin Kibbe, who himself... Ooh, wow, this is a hefty guy, and I'm not even putting him to use. You, on the other hand, if I can find you on this list, got a lot of generals these days. Invader, so it's very fast to invade with them, and they have 10 extra days of supply grace. I don't know what the normal supply grace is for a naval invasion, but these guys get a whole lot more. Also, they could do with a whole lot more planes, couldn't they? Just how many planes do I have here that aren't actually assigned to armies? Look, I got all these guys on standby. Perhaps they should take air superiority and bombers as well. Right, bombers can do close air support. You guys go and help out with some of these guys that are invading now. Actually, anyone that helps you helps just about anybody. And you'll be doing the initial push, so get over there. You guys with Army 7. That makes sense. You're my pushers there. I might need to make airfields as I go along here as well. But again, I've got the extra speed for building. Feels really weird having free civilian factories, not caring so much about it, but the time of scarcity is largely over for me. Don't know if it's right for a second run. It'd be interesting to play somewhere outside of Europe, preferably one with a non-generic focus tree. I've had plenty of fun with this nation. It's had a generic focus tree. Sometimes I think that focus trees and mission trees and things like that are not the best for these paradox strategy games. I don't have strong feelings about how they force you to play one way or another. Most likely I don't agree with that. But what I do feel like is it makes you go like, oh, I don't want to play this, it doesn't have that sweet, unique content. It's like, well, make that content. I gotta hand it to these Marines. They have some damn good attack despite that penalty for landing. Come to think of it, how do they still get a penalty? One is called a medium tank brigade, the other is called a Marine division. God knows what's up with that, but I'm sure they'll be fine. Focus trees and mission trees are the worst thing to happen to them, says Blobber. Well, you can blame me for the mission tree stuff, that's for sure. I want you to help out here. Wow, I even remember the hotkeys for that, if it can be even called a hotkey. You guys going to come along to this front line. This front line is absolute gash. Has everybody arrived here then from these? I think they have. So can we just get rid of all these lines and make one single unified one? That would be nice. For these guys at least. There we go. Here's your front line. And I want you to push your way over to here. One way or another, please get that done. What was the way to activate just one? Somebody told us a way to activate just one of these. What was it? Shift click and then click on desired order. There we go. Yeah, real champ, whoever figured that out. Okay, the time has come for naval bases here. We need them, and it's going to come to the top of the queue, so shifty click, shifty click. All of this is needed. Just get me all the bleeding supply you can. And on top of that, I would like all of the air base that I can get right here, because there's a lot of planes that are going to need a lot of space. Hopefully the planes are going to be flown over here. Doesn't show anything moving over, but I'm sure they will in due time. Besides the extra range, is Fighter 3 still better than Jet Fighter 2? Less attack, more agility. I have been told time and time again that agility is king. Wow, these guys have no naval base at all. This needs to link up so that some supply can come in here. They have out of supply grace, but that still doesn't stop them from being punished by being out of this supply, right? Or does it? Supply status 100% stored 321. Is that how it works? Is it considered stored status? I don't know. Oh god, another horrible line has come across here. Right. All these lines just gotta go. There is one line here. And that is it. And basically everybody, maybe not you, is to be assigned to... Where's the attack line? Huh, my attack line seems to have vanished. I still need you to go here, and I need you guys to be doing that. And I just have one person selected here. Come on, all you folks. I swear I had a line. Did I somehow manage to destroy it? I wouldn't be surprised. Right, just get over to there one way or another. I mean, they could be destroying this guy. Oh, right, they already are. They already have, rather. Link this up, get me that supply, so that I can get these guys into position. I wonder if they'd be a bit too much right now. No, no time for thinking too much. Just move, move, move. Just tuned in. Is Jake using those temporary harbours? I'm not using temporary harbours. The way I see it, there should be plenty of supply with these things built up, but you might have a good point. How do I get myself a temporary supply harbour? Let's try that out. Might be interesting. I want you to have a floating harbour, naval invasion, from here to... Oh... Wait, why is nobody on... Ah, crap, I think I took all the people that were naval invading Quebec off. That is my bad. I mean, there's meant to be a harbour here, but whatever, let's throw you a harbour there. How long would it take you to plan that? It would only take a few days. Nice. Real easy to get that supply harbour in then. Let's see if that helps us out. I do have a stash of mulberries. Do they show up here? Hey, there we go. I got 36 floating harbours. Oh, that's good. Right. These guys... I accidentally took them off of their invasion of Quebec, but now I think they're probably not going to need to do that invasion of Quebec. So let's just get rid of that and have everybody on this. Everybody except for you two just join in on this bleeding plan. There we go, we got this connected up. And hopefully it doesn't take too long to construct these ports up here. They'll be done 12th of June. Well, that's a month. As 10 days of supply grace won't hold forever now, will they? And are we still retooling this? It's hard to say. Also, what the heck is that meant to be? Bit of a mess of a plan here, but I always knew it would be. Just get to work, everybody. Or I'll just have my spearheads come in and punch through for you, but those spearheads are going to feel the burn of lack of... Activate that plan as soon as it's ready. Spearheads are going to feel the burn of lack of supply themselves, I dare to say. Nice. Supply or no supply. You guys are getting stuck in. Could be getting stuck in more, of course. I still have plenty of free civvy factories. That's what I like to see. Well, if that's the case, we need more and... Well, we'll get more as soon as we can. Don't know what that means. Ah, good. We have planes coming in. I love the fact that you can supply those supply the units with air support as well as the tank support. Just so good. Oh crikey! These guys have their other fallback line, don't they? I dread to think of any other units that I've moved and they're going to move back because they have some other plan. I think I got rid of it, but I'm really bad for making fallback lines and then forgetting about them entirely. What happened to those Frenchies that I turned into mechs? How are they feeling? Probably feeling low on manpower, right? Current manpower is down, right. If that's the case, I think we could just take the regular garrison units at the very least, and anybody else who's low on stuff, and just completely bin them. And that should let the Frenchies get their manpower back, at least some of it. Okay, and again, let's keep those naval bases coming in. Slam them right to the top. Control click, up to the top of the queue it goes. So you guys are here, you guys are already moaning about lack of supply. I want you to have a little bit of a line here, and I want you to really jam your way down the east coast. Make it to Washington and don't stop until you're there. Why do they consider all of that to be their aggressive line? I don't know. I don't think I want to know. Maybe we can have a slightly less aggressive one. Hope you can make it past Maine quickly. There's no supply there. Okay, what about this? That seems a bit more reasonable. They still want to branch out north way too much though. Holy moly, do not go north. Do not go north. Wish there was a better way to tell them just to go the way I want them to. But I never know how to do this properly. What if I tell you to go further down like this? Are you still going to go spilling into Canada? No, do not go to Canada! The Scandies are just drawn to the frozen pine forest. Northern Canadian forests are of vital importance to conquering Washington. You need to draw each individual region with a spearhead. Is that so? That's probably not working the way... Ah, right. Maybe what you mean is we paint. We paint and say, yes, I want you to take all of the... Ah, no, because it's getting rid of some of them. Maybe I should just tell them to spear their way down along the coastline. Just get your arses to Washington. Oh, they like that even less. I just don't understand how I'm meant to do this. You can chain advancing orders. Even that makes them want to go up to Canada. I don't want you to go to Canada. Not paint, draw borders of what you want them to take. Elaborate further. Unless you mean something like that. No, they still want Canada. Shorten their front. Their front is already this short. It's a province. Maybe someday I'll understand how to draw spearheads, but this isn't that day, I think. What the heck am I meant to do here? Maybe a shorter offensive line just down to Philly. Please stop going north. Please stop going north. Begin drawing from the front so it doesn't spill. Begin drawing from the front. I just do not understand what you mean by that. Begin drawing from the front. Maybe what you mean is like so. So I tell it to do something like that, and I call that the front. But then it doesn't spill out down south at all. And that's even worse. I need to take the coastline. What if you close it in against the sea? Alright, what if we have something like that? How hard is that to understand? Well, it doesn't spill out at least. It's not pretty, but it's something. As long as they do that aggressively, maybe they'll be fine. More like that. That's a hideous line, though. But it is something, and hopefully they'll get to it. Are you working on this? I'd like that port now. Well, I think you're moving. Yeah, okay. Overcomes my mulberry. what I know is a mulberry, but that's okay. Ah, excellent. My motorized have arrived. I'm aware that I'm probably just killing myself on supply, but that's okay. Get yourselves over to Halifax regardless. Worry yourself not with the situation. Heavens knows I don't. There's my mulberry, there's my supply. I mean, it sucks to be the people on the north, but we're building those harbours. We're building them fast. Glad I shaved off that 100,000 manpower already. Alright, here we go. Doesn't matter that we don't have supply, we go punching on in. Hopefully ruining the enemy's org. How's the aerial oh, Christ. New England, despite our many active fighters, is not good enough. Telling me I need more air bases, but I don't control enough of this to be building more. We'll get on it soon enough, though. Just punch on through. If I can just break through and grab the coastline, all will be better. And I reckon... Oh, you guys are arriving now. Didn't I already send... Oh, right, they want to go back. I need to delete that. You folks should just enjoy this as your front line. Now, and who are these other guys so this is their front line? I think that the one guy I left here is the mulberry. But I actually don't even want you here. In fact, I want you to get rid of your order. Hopefully the mulberry stays there for some time. And then you're just going to, I don't know, go here. And then go here. And we'll never speak of that again. You were only there to bring me extra supply. Maybe I should put some supply on the north. But come on, those ports will be built up soon enough, right? Some look like they'll be built faster than others. Ah, no, see, there we go. Be done in a couple of weeks. Not even worth doing the mulberry for. Anybody else who needs to be told that this is their front line? Yeah, I'm probably going to need a lot of front line around here. He who dares wins. Plenty of opportunity to make yourself an ace here. I don't think I brought over any strategic bombers, though. I think there's space for a strat bomber or two in Greenland. Just in case I need to nuke my way through America and give these people what's for everything they've done to me. I'll throw myself 5 strategic bombers over here. Also, if I have any transport planes left over, I should certainly be assigning them to these guys so they have more supply. I mean, you've got 20 and 20, but just how many do I have? Should be very quick to deploy them to here. So, yeah, see, I've got about 40 of them. Slam them over here. Let's make sure that we're still actually making these, because they're going to be pretty good for supply. 3 a week. That's not a whole lot. At least I'm getting something here. And I'm going to tell you to join... actually, I think I would be better off splitting you in half and assigning one of you here and one of you here, so that these guys get the supplies that I can only assume they're desperate for over here. Don't know what there is to eat around here. Nova Scotia. Ugh, might be Scots. Perish the thought. Okay, come on, you're meant to be my ultimate breakthrough unit here, and you're having a damn hard time breaking through. Get to bloody work. As an American, please save me. We're gonna bring you all the Scandinavian delights. Socialism. Wow, these guys are absolutely awful at their push, despite thinking they are hot stuff. Maybe I've told them to be too aggressive on it. They're just killing their own org at it. Man Irvin indeed. Right, how about you guys make yourselves an offensive line? And what I'm going to have you guys do is just take this somewhat useless area in Canada. I mean, why are they bleeding out over there? Do not take the north. I've even drawn the line here so you don't go bleeding north. Whatever, do the best you can. And you guys don't even know what you're doing, so I'll just give you a... I don't like your color there, it's hard to tell from the others. I'll make you green. Alright, green goes. Let's go... Oh wait, this was your one. It's all the other colours I can't really tell apart from each other. What's your plan? If you even have one. It's just to kind of come here. Well, that as it is, you try and just go over there and just see what bloody happens. Throw troops at it. Eventually America will fall. There we go. Death to America. Yeah, bullshit, and all that other Boge stuff. Maybe this is a place where a bit of micro would be of great help. But you've seen my micro skills of the RTSs here lately. Wow, that is sore on supply. But hey, we'll soon have these ports. Those ports will be done in a few days, and then there should be a supply haven. 1,300 garlic speakers doesn't seem like a lot. You're losing 40% of attack due to the supply penalty. Yeah, but the supply's coming in. Don't worry about it. Look, see? Supply. Supplies. Well, since I still have plenty of these left over, maybe I should make even better ports. Or naval bases, rather. Come on, give us higher level ones. Higher level, more supply. Are these guys even moving forward here? No, they're going in that direction, the weirdos. I should almost certainly be slicing through here and then trying to cut these guys off with my mighty spearhead divisions, but they're all so low on org right now. Oh yeah, look at that. Drowning in supplies, I don't even know what to do with it all. Except it looks like some of this supply is having trouble getting through. Yeah, I think what needs to be done is I need my navy. Why is my navy only 19 submarines? Oh, well, that's gonna hurt supply a bit. Yeah, my navy got clobbered. Okay, maybe don't do that. And maybe let's not use this for our supplies. Yeah, okay, that's going to bottleneck supply a bit. Naval bomber's the most powerful naval. Yeah, that's kind of incredible how Navy bombers are so good at taking out submarines. Probably the problem was that I didn't assign... Oh, crikey, there we go. Oh well. Supply might continue to be an issue for us. That's alright though. Believe. Yeah, man, Urban all the way. Got ourselves an Italian. How in the world are the Italians still spying on me? You supposedly surrendered. Right, I need to just grab a bunch of my spearhead units and break on through down here. So, yeah, you guys just get... Oh, crikey. Hold it. Go to... What? Who's being... Who am I not changing their movement for here? Well, it doesn't matter. Get yourselves down here. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Italians have researched new ways to change sides. Combined arms for mechanized, motorized, panzer. Yes, you are actually a panzer man now, so get pansying. Yeah, now we're talking. There we go, now I could get rid of that. Yeah, there we go. Get yourselves down there. We've got plenty of other people to hold this line. Although I can't help but feel that the naval bases here are not going to provide me with the damn near vital supplies that I need. So what will? Well, bringing supplies in through Quebec, of course. Yeah, I do worry about this, though. If all my supplies have to come here, and this is already ravaged. That's gonna hurt. Yeah, the cities themselves will as well. One can hope. Pressure on back on. Just push our way down to Boston and then carve our way up north. Oh, but no, they don't want me to take Boston for some reason. Can't imagine why. Hold that, push in together. There we actually get a bit of combat width going for ourselves. And since I have motorized here, they're actually able to join in the fray, although I'm out of fuel. That's pretty bad. Not sure if Boston's going to help me with that. Certainly don't like the look of the supply lines here. I was told America is a grind to invade. I think I'm seeing that here. It's alright though, everybody's taking care of it in their own way. We'll take care of it better once we tool up these tracks. I have a collaboration working with America. We'll have it done soon enough, I'm sure. Come on, Boston will fall someday. Ah, this is just like that one Hearts of Iron 3 image that got me into Hearts of Iron in the first place. Seem to have lost my temporary port here. Okay, so knowing that the AI is ravaging my supply lines here, is there any... maybe I could try keeping this open. I'm trying to think what I can do about it to get supply moving here. Maybe I could have my own bombers take care of this. Cannot build, cannot build. We need to take over more of New England to be able to build up more there. Oh well. I'm wondering if there's much point in having my own supply ports around here, given that the supply seems to be getting butchered by their attacks. But I think I just need to bring in some planes to handle that. Oh, for that I'll of course need airfields, but we're working on airfields. See, we've got these guys right here. Jake, weren't they using planes to kill the Navy? I don't think planes can target convoys. Should be safe. I'd be surprised if they couldn't, but they still do have ships in the region. Hell, they got ships in this region, and that's not giving me a good time. Fortunately, most of my units have arrived. The French mechs have not. Are they still low on manpower? No, what are they low on? Ah, manpower, of course. Right, we'll take some of these useless Frenchies and just toss them into the sea or something. And you guys get exercising. I'm sure you can come and help out soon. Oh boy! Papa Stalin saw that there's a front that he can eat supplies in, and his desperately hungry units are on their way. That sounds like Papa Stalin. Oh god, this line is getting too thick. I don't want you that large, I just want you down here. My micro game is weak for this. You guys could at least help out with Boston, come on. Your attack bombers could force them out of the sea zone, that's what I'm thinking. I have them all assigned to the armies right now, but the air fight is intense here. That's transport planes. These are jet fighters. So I do want supply flowing over here. Alright, maybe I should just get these jet fighters to hold these. It's a bit far from you, for you, I know. But then I need some bombers to help out. That's only 100 bombers. But they can still get over there and help out. Get, not strategic bombing, naval striking. I got some more of you guys. Get over here and do some naval striking. And you guys should probably help out by holding air superiority there. Apparently they're over here as well. No, it just shows the whole line as being red. But we do think there are ships there. Well, we know there are ships there. You should disable Allied supply, prevent Stalin from making your situation even worse. Is there an easy way to do that for all of the supply hubs here? Because I feel like there is no other option than to just click each of these one by one, and there are lots of them. And that already sounds like too much clicking, and I'd rather just eat the Stalin penalty. Although, hey, we got Boston. And Boston is struggling to get supplies, of course. Jake, your air missions are all kinds of messed up. Yeah, they're supporting, well, they're meant to be supporting my units. Although, why in the world some of them are over here? Look at that, they're all set to support the armies, so I'll believe in them. Are those transport supplies supposed to give me supply? Because I don't think they're doing it. Oh, right, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, I just assumed they'd be... Oh, crikey, I hear you are not doing anything. Right, please help me with air supply. And then there's you guys. Some of you are on naval striking. Are you guys on... yeah, air superiority in that? How about you guys? Let's see, jet fighters are all on interception and air superiority, which is fine. What are you? Close air support on CAS, which is good. You're on nothing. Close air support. Help us out with close air support. I think this is something that I forget to do often then. Oh well, wouldn't surprise me. What else is not set up right? Oh god, how about these fighters that don't actually do air superiority? And another transport. Oh god, we've got loads of transports that don't actually give supply. Yeah, wow, these guys have been messed up for a long time then. The half white, half grey button means not all are assigned to it. What, like that one? Yeah, of course, because it selects all of them, surely. But when it's like that, oh yeah, crikey. Ah, ooh. See, we're learning here. There we go. Dang, that's a pain to set up. Oh well, hopefully they'll get better at it now. Some fighters only on interception, some are only on air superiority. Ah, I'm sure it's fine by now. Okay, how's the situation look now? Well, it looks a whole lot better in the seas. I look forward to them stopping ravaging my supply someday. Oh yeah, supply there is rough. Rough as all hell, and that's Boston with a level 8 port. No good if we can't get the goods there, though. Hey, there we go. There we go. Right, so we chased off the ships. They no longer harass our convoys. Supply looks great. And it's time to destroy America. Don't get too excited, everybody. Although, it's alright to get a little bit excited. So, how are we looking right now? Well, the US barely care, and the Canadians care even less. But I do think the idea is just to punch down south through all of this. Which is kind of almost what we're doing. This line is always way too wide, though. Just keep stretching out. Just keep it simple, stupid. New York's about to be plunged into a new age of darkness. There's going to be social care for everyone in New York. Well, wow. Yeah, these guys are doing pretty good at their jobs. I'm surprised. Securing the American airfields will help a ton. Yeah, it'll allow me to actually get my my airships over here. But I'm keen to just keep pumping them up to maximum level wherever I control. Because they're nice and fast to build up. Airships, yeah. Airplane wasn't coming to my mind, so I just said airships. Ah, man, it's good to see all this. You guys, not quite so pathetic? In that case, that's enough exercising for you. You'll get plenty of exercise in the front. Oh, come on, they're almost regulars. I'll let them exercise a little bit more. Alright, New York, away you go. Honest. Newark, New York, what's the difference? Never been to New York, but nothing makes me want to go there. Doc Spengler tells us about Philadelphia, and never makes it sound like a place anybody would want to go to. They even made a roller coaster in Roller Coaster Tycoon, which was some dig at Philadelphia that went over my head. Wouldn't Philadelphia be like Liberty City in GTA 3? Sounds awful, so I'm sure that's what it is. Those Canadians seem downright immortal. Probably because I don't have my spearhead helping them out there. Glad to see this eastern seaboard completely crumble, though. We need a better plan, one that involves not going to Canada. Offensive line, just punch all the way down south. There is very little reason to not just go as far south as we can here. How's that line look? A little more westernly than I'd like, but let's do it anyway. Activate like it's Robot Wars. DC is worth visiting for the museums. I've been to museums, right? And I tend to enjoy my time, but why go to somewhere you otherwise don't think you're going to want to go just to see some museums? Move the offensive line near the coast. Move the offensive line. Do you mean like, how is it? Like that? That's a bit more coastly. Whatever. They'll get it done. They're on offensive, so they'll fill out and take the others. Well, Washington doesn't seem to be handling this too well, but the US is massive. It's easy to underestimate, but the United States is big. Too big. Having a hard time taking Quebec here. I feel like I would benefit from having another little naval invasion that takes us up here, and like, not sure if working on my way along here would particularly cut off them particularly well. Especially since I lost my naval advantage massively. Oh yeah, okay, take our mind off of that. However, you guys are good at attacking cross rivers, so perhaps your new plan of attack should be something like, get me across this river, hombre. But please don't advance too far across this river. Yeah, get in there, get it planned, get it done. You also have air wings assigned to you, so you'll be fine. Do I have any air wings that aren't doing anything particularly useful? Oh god. People that I've had on no real plans. That's bad. Right, get them over here. Yeah, I got close air support that's not on close air. That's probably all terrible. Get them over here. Get them helping out. All of these guys, at least they're on air superiority. Go and help out. Jet tack bombers, who have been on naval striking and minesweeping. No, get on close air support and help us out, please. Tons of fighters just standing by. Somebody is cringing so hard at my inability to manage the Air Force, and that someone's probably me. Might as well do interception, given how much I get bombed around here. I could have saved my navy if I'd been on top of this. But I didn't, and I wasn't, so too bad. Right. Not naval striking, not minesweeping. Close air support, please. Fly over to the New World and help us out there. Can't believe those 12 naval bombers still function. Alright, how about the airbase situation? Aha, there we go. There, wow, I own enough Pennsylvania to get it built up here. But there's one right here. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm taking it all. How's the supply situation? It's agreeable. Plenty of lovely ports to be had here. How long until the Anglosphere is rightly put to history? Thinking about it, we're working on this part of the Anglosphere, but there are Australians just hanging on in there. Free France, as if it's a command. Building the enemy's airbase, is that how it would work? How have we not taken Washington? Get to bloody work here. I know supply is sore, but that's because you've not taken Washington. Ah, that's what you're thinking. Surround Washington, then take Washington. Clever. How are you guys feeling? Not in position. Okay. I guess all the bottlenecks are already upgraded. Ah, here's the problem. Montreal is part of the line here. Or is it? Is all of this connected? Yeah, through Montreal, huh? Well, I guess we can grab that and make our lives easier. Well, you know, Washington, a lot of horrible things were done to me over this entire campaign, and we hold the Americans responsible for this. Jinx, this is like I'm looking at Heartsvarn 3 Order of Battle. Let's bring you guys over here, and oh, they really don't want me to have air superiority. They got 5100 support planes, making sure that I don't. But yeah, I'll be ready for you, America. Someday that'll be my air superiority. Someday. Nuke the Canadians instead, eh? You make a brilliant point. Where is my strategic bomber? Probably still flying on over, right? Going to New Jersey, they will arrive tomorrow evening. Excellent point. They've got to go. I'm impressed. Oh no, I'm not impressed anymore. Washington has fallen. And with it, its beautiful level. Oh, it's only a level 1 base here? That's not very good. Come on, give us some marginally better ports here, will you? So, Montreal, I think it's time for you to be Montregon. Quebec, I think I don't have anything witty for this. Blow up Quebec, haha. That's good. Right. Destroy them. De-freaking-stroy them. Look at that org melt. Melting faster than the city's infrastructure in the face of those nukes. Canada's war support seems to have gone down from that. However, they're still at too much. Maybe I should nuke Ottawa as well. Missed opportunity, should have said Montreal mine. Probably because I don't really want Canada. There's no way I'm holding on to this god-awful place. Are you guys even activating this plan? On you go. Pow, kapow, kapow. Eastern Seaboard is becoming the Southeastern Seaboard. Yeah, we need USA and Canada and Mexico to cap. But we have collaboration going on in USA. Actually, I think the spy... You there. Dan Wickerstrom was sent back. I'm probably not going to have the time to do any meaningful amount of additional collaborative government. Yeah. I could try repeating this. Would be no big loss if it didn't amount to anything. I don't have anything better for my spies to do anyway. Although, you know, setting up a collaboration in Japan... that might actually not be a bad idea, because it's going to be a wee while till I'm on that. I didn't even consider it, but yeah. Japan's going to be the next one we take on. Don Wickerstrom. Go and spy in Tokyo. Get us 50%, and we'll see if we can't work on that once the US is down. Means I probably shouldn't have this on auto-repeat. Better to work on Japan so that I don't need to take so much of Japan to win. Again, this line extends way too far. I need to manage these better. It's a year already, Urkran. Oh, where are they coming for here? Dangerous naval invasion to Nova Scotia. Didn't agree to that. Yeah, of course, the Americans still have what it takes to be winning on that front, don't they? The naval front, that is. Who would I dedicate to take care of you? I mean, I could have half of my cancer tank wagons take care of that. I don't think he's going to be invading me over here, and even if he does, this is strategically of little importance to me now. Alternatively, I could grab some of you and just have you guys assigned to a fallback line over here. That'd be better if it included Halifax, because I don't want them taking my Halifax. Well, there's ports galore here. I guess it doesn't matter too much. Do what you can on that one. How are these guys not out of supply where they are? Japan is easy. Just take the home islands and they're kaput. Not necessarily. Even if Japan cedes to me, I don't think all of this land is going to go away, and I still need to flip the reorganized government of China and Siam to win the war, so it's going to be a big Asian fight for me. But on the plus side, I'll have finished up with the Allies. As in, I'll have made my peace deal. That won't happen tonight, though. The plan is that I destroy the Allies tonight. I'm going to have the peace conference done, and again, I'll hand it over to the same guy that did the last peace conference, TBW. Did a good job on that one. And then we will, we'll win the war tomorrow. And then we'll start thinking about other nations to play. Old American units. Yeah, crikey, why are you even still here? How are you even still here? They could just march into Washington. Could you just dispose of them, please? Nothing saying they won't need support, so you go and help with that. Ah, of course, Stalin is here to slightly help me with this. Oh, look what we got here. So they did come on in. Right, well, go and take care of everything. I don't think this was the best attack you ever could have done, America. Which means my units are a bunch of ass here, and we're still going to destroy you. If they wanted to be clever, they should have been taking my air bases, which I continue to build up in hopes that I can get more planes sent over to the New World. See, already I arrive in America and I'm doing them a massive favor. I'm building up their air bases, giving them naval infrastructure, killing Americans. Really, I'm doing everything that the New World really wants and deserves. I've never felt so righteous in a strategy game before, because I seldom am. God, no, they're moving further into Canada. This is not what I'm asking for. Also, extra military bases, extra military factories. That's the words. What do I want or need? I need to look at my trade and make sure I'm not taking in anything excessive. That's too much oil. I don't get my tungsten now, do I? Swedish France, give me more of that aluminium, please. Hey, Siam, could I have some of that tungsten? No, yeah, could I get that tungsten? There we go. Don't need those civvy factories, surely? Or should we say sissy factories? Got 'em. Oh, no wonder there's no supply coming in here. Quebec's poor naval base was bombed by some horrible individual. St. Lawrence, you go up to the top of the queue. Keeping my factories busy just repairing American infrastructure. Probably because it was destroyed by Americans. You know what they're like. They see something good and just think, how can I ruin this? Cultural enrichment has long been a staple, Jake. You've always been a generous benefactor. I'm glad it's appreciated by you, Sidoin. This is the ultimate, what could have been moment. Right, I know you guys are having fun, but Ottawa has to fall as well. Oh yeah, you're right, it's a nasty river crossing right there. You guys are done here? Great. Just get rid of that. Are you guys immediately going to go back to the other line? No, I think I need to assign you to it. No, Whatever you guys say. Get rid of your current plan because it sucks. Your new plan is to somehow make your way across this river and take Ottawa. There's Buffalo. How's the Americans feeling? Oh, they're about halfway out of here. And they're going to feel more out of there in a month and a half when our collaboration is set up. That's right, Americans working together with the Swedes. Are there any famous American Swedes? My mind goes blank at the very thought of it, not in a good way. Right, I still want more supply, a lot more supply. I don't have a problem naval basing this up. Just in the interest of bringing in as much supply as possible. Americans too scared to blockade anymore because they know my bombers are going to come out and ruin their days. But that's helping us keep this under wraps. There are still ships there, but what does this star on this mean? Doesn't actually look like we did anything, but fair enough. Famous Swedes, yeah, I know, hard to imagine. Charles Lindbergh was of Swedish heraldry. Star is success, so that explains all these ones. Wait, I thought skull would mean failure, but that's skull and star. Well, I'll take success. Wickerstrom shot down, that's what happens to them. Holy moly, you're still getting more traits. Just how many traits can I slam on someone? Attack goes up against forts and gives siege artillery ability. Equipment capture ratio gain. I'm not sure I want either of these things. And I never did get around to making anything with all these American factories I'm picking up. Don't know what I would make, truth be told. Right, this plan sucks. Time for a new plan. New plan is get to the south, get to here. It's a little too spread out, maybe? Nah, that's fine. That's fine. Someone will head on south and take Florida. This line's getting a little too stretched out, though. It's time for the Frenchmen to get involved. Turn off your training, and here's your new job. If you had any other job, get rid of it. Here's your new front line. Just go for it. Maybe someday I'll adjust these lines. This is where field marshal lines help out a lot. I was shown how to do that, but I'm evidently not doing it here. Just don't like how much rearranging they do of their own accord. Stay out of Florida, save your sanity. I've been to Florida like 6, 7 or even more times, and I really enjoy it there. It's got oppressive heat, interesting people, lots of shopping, loads of food, everything's so cheap. And the people are really fun and interesting. I mean, they're crazy, but I don't have to live with them. I just get to go and see them. It's like going to a zoo. I mean, it's fun to go to the zoo and look at the elephants, but I don't want them peeing all over my kitchen floor. Please God, do not drop a nuke on Florida. Who knows what'll come out? Irradiated alligators, that's what's coming out. Okay, keep on grooving, folks. Our quest to destroy every... Hang on, you guys aren't even doing your plan. You're the guys that should be crossing this river, not these guys. Our quest to nuke all Canadians is a righteous one. It's not going to finish itself, though. Come on, everyone. Ottawa or bust. Meanwhile, oh my goodness. A gun behind every blade of grass, I was told. Right, Ottawa, bye-bye. I know we can take it without this, but why rob ourselves of the opportunity? Toronto, you say? That looks like it's already going too far out for supplies, but that's okay. How's Japan doing these days? They just cannot push into the Soviet Union. I don't think the Soviets could hold this indefinitely, but they could hold it for a very long time. Actually, given that the Soviets got their heartland back, plus a bit more, I actually do think the Soviets could hold out indefinitely. There's just nothing Japan can do. And the AI is pretty bad at offensive pushing as far as I can tell. Now that's rich coming from me because I'm not good at it, but damn sight better than what the AI can show off here. That collaboration will be done in a month. Hopefully America isn't done in a month. God, Canada's just about dead in the water. We're taking Toronto, flip them. Toronto is... how many points? I don't know, doesn't let me check it. But they should also have Vancouver, which it's also not showing me here. There we go, 15 for Vancouver. I was in the wrong map mode. 10 for... okay, I think I need Vancouver and Toronto. I don't think there are any other Canadian victory points though, are there? Where's my Yukon or Fort George or all the other fun Canadian places we've learnt about? Nope. I saw red capitals near North Africa, Jake. What? You saw nothing. God knows what you did see, but... nope. Canadian naval invasion in... Canada. Gibraltar? Yeah, you're seeing a single American unit that is probably bugged out. It's their train and I can't seem to capture it. Canadian naval invasion in Canada, I mean... oh, right, there's this. Yeah, I didn't see that, did I? Oh, and they're storming ahead with American tanks. I don't like the look of that. Not only that, but look at these Frenchies here. It's all bad news, isn't it? Right, well, that being the case, once you guys make that push here, I think I'll take about that many of you. No, I'll probably actually need half of you. And have you stuck along on this. Go there, take them out. That's pathetic. Just stand there and I'll manually tell you to clamp down on them. Sadly, since I built all these naval bases, anyone who navally invades me just instantly gets access to supply. Not to mention, this is a big line. I'm probably going to be glad that Papa Stalin is here to drink all my supplies for me. Very generous of him. Still, let's stick to the coastline, because that's where we can actually draw supply in from. And just keep punching our way. Let's punch all the way down to the Mexican border. Aggressively, of course. They're not getting time to get in there and entrench themselves, and I don't think I care too much about this area. Maybe I do, though. You don't need to keep working on a plan. I'm not sure I care too much about pushing over this direction too greedily. Or even at all. That was the wrong people. But I do want that airbase. You probably need Chicago and Detroit to cap the US. Doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world to go and take. God, Detroit's worth 20, Chicago's worth 30. Cleveland's 10. I guess I really like the Cleveland show. But maybe I'll flip Mexico before I flip USA. Just take a little diversion here. Freeze up a front. Plus these spearheads seem to know what they're doing. And they're holding even without these guys helping out. I wonder what you could do for us. Oh, crikey, I don't like this. You split me in half here. Go and rob them of that. Actually, I'm not sure you'll have the power to do that, actually. Not ideal. Ah, but Papa Stalin is here to help. There we go. Go and slice that off. How did I miss that naval invasion? Normally you get this massive dinning noise when it happens. Once again, green friends, that's too big a... What the heck did I just do there? Messed with powers that I shouldn't have. Keep it tight. Yeah, the problem, if you can call it that, is you guys coming on in. I might get rid of your plan and give you a new one. Don't know where I'd put you though. Well, in case everything goes Pete Tong, I could have you guys get over on this. Although, that might just make you move... Yeah, because their naval movement is already caught, isn't it? Alright, never mind that then. I'll just have you guys hang around on this line, unless it's supply... The supply is fine. Wouldn't be too bad if you guys took the Canadian border for me then. Yo-ho! You guys go over there. You guys just march on in. That's not going to work for you, but that will. Cut them off. And change port people. Oh, you can move them whilst they're already at sea. That's cool. Was not aware. Well, they're not here yet. I'm sure they'll get here eventually. Halfway through the USA. That's for the East Coast. I wonder at what point the USA would surrender in such an invasion. Especially such a disastrous for them invasion. Because we just come along and torched the poor buggers. I would really, really like to have this province. They don't want me to have it. Down you go. Keep it condensed line. Look at the resources from Texas. Yeah, that's 768 oil. It's a cartoonish amount of supplies that the US have. That's pretty fair, I think. The US have got an absurd amount. Oh god! These poor buggers are stuck unless someone helps them out. In fact, this whole line is... I am too stretched thin here, aren't I? Yeah, I would have done better if I'd, say, snipped this off and had less of a front. I just don't have this many units. Although, another way to look at it is to divide these up, because everybody's on the whole line. That means there's eventually going to be little holes in them. That hole keeping the front down is that you're doing it manually, is what the spearhead order is supposed to do. Ah, right. I understand, but it doesn't seem to work out for me. You guys can get out that way. These guys have no org. It doesn't look like they have reinforcements coming in. This is definitely where just you having the front line would help. In fact, I might... Not sure if it would be too late to do it, but I could just assign this as a field marshal front line, as long as you guys weren't involved. Just not sure if that would cut it though, and it might eventually break. How's HoI now? I'm 3 expansions back. Well, I'm having good fun with it. That's good enough for me. Those guys gonna break out? They do break out. Good job on you. And... dang shame to be that American invasion force, because it was ill-fated. I think you can combine field marshal front lines with pair army front lines. Something to investigate when I'm not in a... I wouldn't call this a do-or-die war, but it's certainly a big one for us. All of you get on there, one way or another. And maybe you two could help us out with this first. Oh, no you can't, you've got no org. But someday you will. Once those motorized are here, I'm going to snip back these lines because my line is just way too long. This is unsustainable. Supply is still flowing. Good, the Americans have just completely given up trying to blockade me. Correctly. Get me Houston, get me that level 3 port for supply here. Field Marshal's the way to go. Don't know how your tanks will function. Well, I wouldn't have the tanks be part of it. They'd be their own separate push. This line comes and goes, but at least the Americans are low on supply, I think. Well, at least they're eating attrition there. Alright, motorized is largely in position here. So to that extent, I'm actually going to pull this line back. Could actually just get rid of your... Yeah, get rid of that. You guys don't need to be here. And... See these front lines? Just make them considerably shorter, please. There we go. I mean, that's not going to save the day, but at least it's going to stop wasting a lot of units' time up there. What the heck is this? Perish the thought. I've left a huge gap in my lines here. Fortunately for me, the Americans are not particularly aggressive in their pushing. Stalin isn't committing many forces to this, or maybe he is and they're just taking their sweet time to come along. We're winning on the skies, which is a bit nice. Alright, well, I've almost got this at least. That will make the US more keen on surrender. Probably not by a lot, but by a little. HoI 3 main menu flashbacks. Yeah, this is title theme Hearts of Iron. I've mixed in the HoI 3, HoI 4 and HoI 2 soundtracks, because they're generally really good. Field Marshal front line, much better since there's one big order broken up for each army. I believe you can edit it as well. Yeah, I've seen it in action, I just haven't used it properly. Because I tried to use it once and I messed up with it, so obviously I'm hesitant to try it again. These poor buggers are not doing so hot, but maybe if you just cut this pocket, things would go a lot better. Less of a line if we've got some sea here to help us out. Take care of those buggers since they've got nothing. Full encirclement. This hasn't cost me as much manpower as I thought. How are we looking here? Over the past 6 months, shall we say? Yeah, not too shabby. Is that just Americans? Yeah, pretty much just Americans. We've only lost about a million, and we've made a whole lot back by squeezing what we can out of these places, so it's fine. Pretty sure I've lost hearing from starting up HoI 2 and HoI 3 over the years. That good, huh? Damn it, Stalin, I actually need you to help fill in this line. Maybe I should have brought more throwaway units for this. Also, what are you guys waiting around here for? Just... Ah, I took you off aggressive. Aggressive units would be moving in for these, I'm sure. Come on, I need you to help out with the defense, not wasting your time over there. I don't want to have a line with Mexico. I'm actually just going to invade Mexico. Here we go again with that. Don't do that. I'm trying to grab this, bring it down a lot, and then have you folks... Actually, you can... I think you have lost that attack line already. We'll just tell you to spearhead your way right down through here. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh no, but oh yeah. I mean, maybe it'll be fine. Let's see how you handle it. Like for broken, no big deal. You guys will have this done, then you guys need a new job. I miss games that came with physical manuals. I loved reading through. Yeah, I loved reading manuals too. It's largely a bygone era, though. Oh, there we go. Got collaboration on US. Need 29% or fewer points, and they will flip. Wait, what was on Canada? Yeah, well, we know Canada needs to go anyway. I immediately see a direct message from Zyngus popping up, so he's probably trying to tell me stuff about HoI that he's already told me and I managed to forget. It's a lot of information to digest this game, though. Okay, since we have all this left over, I'm starting to think we should have more space for more supports. So you guys go and help out there. You also go and help. Hey, these guys will want some assistance. Any other planes willing to join in? If not, well, what I can do is go and grab some more here, because I'm sure I've been making a bajillion different planes. I feel like I don't make... There's my jet strat bombers. Where are the other bombers? So many bleeding planes. This UI needs to be fixed. And by needs to be fixed, I mean probably won't get fixed. But I can dream. Just some filters? Anything? Being able to see more than 3 at a time? Sort by number, sort by... well, I think they are somewhat sorted by type. Well, no, there's Fighter 3, Fighter 1, Fighter 3. Maybe they've been shot out of the sky and I don't have loads in... No, there we go. There's my Super Jet-Tac Bomber. Give me 100 of them, and then duplicate, 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 duplicate. Duplicate. Give me all of them. Tell them all to do close air support and assist. Yeah, assist my punchy lines right there. God knows if they'll be able to get over there, but they can try. And I need more air bases around here. Goddamn America, why couldn't you build up all these air bases for me? Does Mexico even have an army? Fascinating question. What do we know about the Mexican army? It's between 32 and 56 divisions, so let's say there's about 40-something divisions there. Of course, can they stand up to my tanks? Probably not. Definitely not. Can they stand up to my overwhelming... That's not looking very overwhelming. How do I have air superiority 100% in the face of their... in the face of their planes? Actually, really, why? How? Their air detection is god-awful. Well, whatever works for me. I actually don't know why that said what it said. This line is completely useless. Way outside of supply lines here. I have a lot of trucks. All of these guys should be on motorization for supply. It's a shame they weren't before. I have a lot of trucks, so I might as well help them out. Also, you're getting better at what you do. Naval liaison. Well, I don't have ships for bombardment, so that's not happening. You need a job. How about... You might not be the most amazing at pushing, but how about you actually do the push up to Toronto through Buffalo? Go full Buffalo Bill on him. Yeah. Come on, you are special forces. I'm sure you can handle it. Yeah, the Soviet reinforcements, I just need them to fill in the gaps here. It's what the Soviets have been good at. Boy, I see opportunity there. And when opportunity knocks, you open that door. Just go away, guys. Go the heck away. God, is there anything more just than just dropping nukes on American soldiers? After everything they've put us through. Sadly, that was not enough to get me the big push. Oh, the game acknowledges it. A nuclear bomb was detonated over the capital of the United States in an attack clearly directed at the political center and historical legacy of the US, the White House. The Capitol and a number of monuments and memorials were wiped off the face of the earth. Oh, well, I don't want to pat myself on the back too hard, but... Even the burning of Washington over a century ago pales in comparison to the destruction visited upon the city by this devastating weapon. Although President Harry Truman has been brought to safety, the nation has been shaken to the core. The US hoped to be the first and only country to wield such a weapon. Those hopes have been shattered in the worst possible way. One nation indivisible versus one atom divisible. Now that didn't seem to hurt their war support. I'm not sure if it affected their stability or not. Don't worry, Spangler. Probably the best way you could have hoped to go. Actually, why didn't that destroy their war support? When I got nuked into oblivion, my support just went farewell. Don't know, maybe I should test it by dropping a few more nukes over the likes of, I don't know, Toronto? Do you get bombing participation for nukes? We're gonna have to count that, won't we? I've got no, okay, well we don't have to because I've got 0 out of 1,000. I think that's just for strategic bombing, which I don't do. You want Quebec? It's where Lucky lives. Why would I want to nuke him? Besides, I think I already did. What? We lost Quebec. It's not very nice. I want it back, please. Superiority looking good. I'm glad I didn't have to manually set up all these planes. Maybe it only updates after some ticks. Well, I've dropped a few nukes and it's still at 0. Not going to be much left of Mexico here. God, they're all coming down, but none of them are down for good yet. If only you could have nuked Lucky's weekly one-shot. Been a while, Young, waiting for you to actually step up to that plate. Yeah, the idea of weekly one-shots is it's done every week, not for a couple of weeks and then, oh, well, I've proved everything, we'll just stop new then. But, well, what do I know? I've only been doing it for 7 years? 8 years? I forget when the first 2 Hours of Hell was. Was it 2014 with Resident Evil 2? I think I even swore on that stream, Jings. That was grim times. Okay, the odds don't look good for you. Ooh, don't mind if I do. I'll take your 100,000 guns and everything else you've been producing forever. Alright, Mexico went down, but again, why? Oh, right, yes, there are Americans here. Other Americans. Disgusting. How are you guys even still here? Is that some kind of super heavy tank? No, they've got their own modern tanks there. That doesn't look like a promising engagement for us. Go and help that one out before you take care of anything else. I want that tank wiped out, please. And then it's time to push ourselves up through the western seaboard of the US. And then Americans are just going to be left with this, which I can only assume nobody lives in. Or this, where nobody wants to be living in. How did you do such a good, good Scott impression? Dunno, somehow it just came to me. In a moment of inspiration. Right, oh man, the US could have made this a lot harder for me if they'd actually thought to take care of my my supply lines. They have the superior navy after all. Don't know why they're not. All out. All out. You should see my Swedish impression next. Whew. You wouldn't be able to tell me apart from a Swede. Well, as I was just saying how they should be putting their naval superiority to use, I'm actually getting navally invaded here. I'm not sure a single unit could go and help with that, but if anything happens around there, just go and try and wipe it out and then go join your other lines. Uppstelling indeed. Forget your orders right now. Embrace new orders. New orders are to absolutely gouge this coast. Yeah, I'm sure they'll figure that one out. Hop to it. Now I want to make my way over to Buffalo, Cleveland, and Chicago and Detroit, because they seem to be worth loads of points. Oh wow, these guys gave up magnificently, but yeah, why are we not pressing forward more? I've only got so many units that I can be pressing with. We don't have millions of plebs ready to suggest challenges. Yeah, you could just get a few plebs to suggest millions. Fear not the man who suggests a million challenges. Fear the man who suggests the same challenge a million times. Right, that is too long a line. And this is too short a line, actually. I know you don't have enough units to hold all this, but Papa Stalin can fill in the blanks if he tries his hardest. Yeah. Alright, he brought a mulberry with him, didn't he? Right, well, you two just hold this. Well, you might actually not manage that. Do you think you can do that then? Just stop them from pushing forward? Probably not without a little bit of extra backup. I just don't want these guys getting this as a freebie. You two go and help out with that. How important was Miami? It was only 5 points. The US are at 52%. I need to drop them 29 or below. Yeah, I really think taking this would be a big push for me, but big push is not really what we operate on right now. What if I took half of you and half of you were specifically on an attack vector to Toronto from this direction? What? I selected the wrong units there. Ignore what I just told you. All of you are meant to be on this. I was trying to take you, but I forgot that I'd rearranged this. Right, so of you guys, what if I took half of you and told you that half of you were to get onto this attack over to Toronto? Not sure if that worked the way I wanted it to. Let's see. That attack on Toronto. That's a weird tongue-tie attack there, but whatever. Get on with it. At least those mechanized units are supposedly reducing my losses. US has just gotta go. Los Angeles itself is worth 30 points. But again, with Detroit, Cleveland, and Chicago, and even Milwaukee so close and worth so many, one wants to push harder, but I don't have a lot of spearheads for that. Come on, get on with it. Oh well, now that's looking alright, getting towards Cleveland. Absolutely blessed that Soviet mess for filling in my lines, though. Ooh, don't bless that, though. How are you guys failing so hard to hold the line? Ah, well, you're being attacked by double your combat width, and you've got barely any, you got barely any org. That's not ideal. Could you, you go and help with this line? I thought I had 4, but I might need another couple on it. There we go. Yeah, Americans just sitting around there, knowing that I'm not willing to dedicate myself to that cause. Oh, but then I'm going to lose that airfield. That's not good either. They're just going back and forth. Don't be a fool, you'll have no org for this. Ah, whatever. Leave them to figure it out. Maybe they'll hold it long enough to make a difference. You can just chew your way up through there. How's it looking for Detroit? Well, you grabbed Cleveland at least. 43%. Yeah, I actually think Detroit and Chicago would call it. San Francisco's worth 25. Sacramento's only worth 1. I wonder if there are Americans with opinions on just how important these cities are. I think I need that push on Detroit. Someone has to. Hey! The push on the Canadians was expertly achieved. Which means I could take you guys. Oh god, that got rid of all of their orders. I thought we'd just get rid of these guys' orders. Oh well, regardless. Is it a... yeah, there's a connection there. Regardless, I want you guys to thunder your way over to Chicago. And then the rest of you... You guys just hold this line, even if it's too thin for you. Nice, they don't even do a ton of rearranging. And you guys are actually going to help from another angle. From down here, I want you to also pierce your way over to Chicago. And you have no planning time, just get on it. Oh crikey, what's this even? Well, they're almost going to go and take Atlanta, so please don't let them take Atlanta. Just go down there or something. If I blow that up... Oh! It's got a lot of airplanes in it, you say? It's got these airplanes in it, you say? Ah. Don't quite have the the aerial superiority for it. But what if I did? Be gone. Be gone, American planes. Be gone, American troops. Be gone, Americans. Alright, and your new goal here is specifically you guys. Take Miami. And where were those guys I told to come over here? Was it you? I probably want you on an army specifically. I'll just shove you over to those guys. No deep meaning behind it. Right, get me over there. Get me Detroit, get me Chicago, and get America on their knees. I might not even need more than Detroit at this rate. Losing Detroit should give America reason to want to stay in the war. I've heard just horror stories about how grim that place is. And I don't want to believe them, but how can so many people be wrong? These poor buggers. If there are any non-Americans here, they're going to be horrifically out of supply. Speaking of out of supply, the fight with Japan continues on. USA surprisingly easy to push over once you land. Yeah, and it's surprisingly easy to land as well, I'd say. They just didn't put up a defense on Newfoundland. You'd think they would station troops there or something. They have bottomless manpower and equipment. Yeah, I think I would like it if the AI put up a bit more of a defense on that. Well, they certainly didn't want to defend Detroit. Not much left. We should be defending Detroit, though. Let's not just let that one slip. Onwards to Chicago. Oh, right, yeah, supply over here is going to be a little grimmer, isn't it? Because it's got a long, long way to go. Over to one... Yeah, the port isn't bad, but it's got a lot to support, doesn't it? With 10 million casualties, they must start to feel the end of their manpower as well. I doubt that. We have intel in the US. How's their manpower? 3 to 4 million. I've never had multi-million manpower. And God knows you've got plenty of supplies for them. Alright. Not one step back. We take Chicago. We end this blessed war. And then that gives me an excellent opportunity to just move in on Vancouver, and that will hopefully be the end of the Canadians and the end of the Allies. I wish I knew more about what it takes to be a major, because the idea of the Canadians being a major just doesn't seem right. Come on, I will nuke if I must. God, I just do not have the units to hold this line. We gotta push. Megatron's making his big push, and we gotta push back. Expert AI mod does help. In what way? Can you check their recruitment law? My bet would be an all-adult serve or even scraping the barrel. They're on all-adult serve. And you know what glorious Sweden is on? That's right, extensive conscription. We're not even service by requirement. We already scraped the barrel until there was nothing but wood chips. Our army doesn't even comprise of Swedes anymore. It's, well, what is it now? It's Ethiopians, Nigerians. I think we've thrown every German and Italian we can at the enemy by now. 50 factories at any point makes you a major. Sometimes the game just makes English colonies majors to continue the war. Well, thankfully we didn't have to worry about India because Japan worried about India. Alright, US. Yeah, Chicago will end this war. Well, it'll end the United States. I know, I'm excited too. Not even that much destruction. Right, that's the end of them. Unfortunately, we have to hold Chicago till the turn of the day. But once we have that, oh my goodness, Vancouver is going down. Bye-bye. Oh, hello. 1,000,000 carbines. And a lot of other equipment. 124,000 M1 Thompsons. Nice of the US to produce all these weapons for me. I'm surprised there's not like a scuttling of sorts. In fact, there definitely should be, right? No nation would just let all those weapons fall into their enemy, especially if the war is still ongoing. They should be scuttling what they have. Okay, hold off that, folks. I need you to strategically redeploy up to this line. Now, maybe taking Vancouver will be enough, but it might not. So, in the case that it's not, just spread out and take what you can ultra aggressively. And no sense waiting on it. You get there, you get moving. Right, that frees up a lot of my units here. Mexico is unlikely to bounce back from where it is, so it's just a case of slaughtering Canadians. And I know that made some people quiver with excitement, so the big push, get these Canadians out of here. I don't care what it takes. Just win the race. Just win the race. Just win, just win, just win the race. What are you guys doing? You don't appear to be part of this plan. Probably because I siphoned you off. I can barely contain myself. I wouldn't have hated Canadians so much if it weren't for that Canadian in Mass Effect. What's it called? Donnelly or something? It's just... So they get a Scotsman, but they don't have a Scot play him. And what does he do? Well, he's tight-fisted. He just thinks about shagging and haggis and whiskey. And I'm like, this very overt racism here. What is this all about? What did the Scots do to the Mass Effect writers? So you're saying it was fairly accurate? Doesn't matter how accurate it was. What matters is that I'm enraged by it, Ninjan. And yes, I'm not actually enraged by it, but any opportunity to slam into Canadians, I'm going to be taking it. Come on, I told you guys to strategically redeploy. Granted, this is American infrastructure. Probably not the best. I had to build half of what they have today. Right, you're going down, Canada. Let's keep an eye on the falling of Vancouver. So what happens in Vancouver? I don't actually know anything about the place except for the one line in the Avenue Q song. But wait, isn't she from Alberta and not Vancouver? No, her name is Alberta. She lives in Vancouver. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Well, Vancouver gets invaded by the Reapers at the start of Mass Effect 3. Don't I know it? Oh, ooh. A lot of money laundering from Asian Brazilianaires happens through real estate in Vancouver. Oh, good on them. Well, you know, I think we should celebrate by... Oh. You know how I wanted to celebrate there, but I'm not sure we can get our Air Force there in time, specifically strategic bombers. But I'm sure I left myself some strat bombers around here. What color are strat bombers? And where did I deploy my last one? Well, there's 5 of them. Strat bombers, you'll be in range if I throw you over to any airbase around here, I'm sure. That one will do. Come on, come on. We've got the air superiority. Where are those strat bombers at? Remember, peace conference. I'm well aware. Actually, let's not be cocky about that one. Let's actually make a save. About to dispense freedom.sav. So close to getting the war done before 1952, but not quite. This has still gone on for a decade longer than most HoI games, I'm sure. How are you feeling, Canada? Not great. Oh, you're about to feel a lot worse. Where's that strat bomber at? Surely it wouldn't take so long to get over here. I did send you over here, right? Or does it still show up as moving from over there? There you are. You're going to Oregon. You'll be there in 1 day and 3 hours. Vancouver might... Oh, Vancouver's already fallen. I don't get the pleasure of nuking it. That's alright. Another one to save in the banks for when Japan has to go. Unless they bring in some reinforcements out of nowhere. It's possible. Oh, that was close. That was close, but we're not done. Actually, there's a bit more to Canada than I thought. How are we doing on intel? Right. In that case, it's time to prepare a collaborative government with the Japanese. We'll get our best agents on it. Commence when you're ready. There we go. Should make Japan easier to fold, although I don't think they're hard to begin with. This is quite good because it's going to give the Soviets a staging ground for bringing units and supplies over to Eastern Soviet Union. Well, I'm assuming that'll be good. God knows if they can put it to any actual use. How are all these white guys supposed to be spies in Japan? Well, they love Europeans in Japan, right? Why wouldn't they? How does this line even exist? What are you? And what even is this line? What is it trying to be? God knows. Let's just get rid of that. And remind them that their job is to just take care. Oh god, wrong people. I should have never switched these two around. I keep getting them muddled up. God knows how many lines I've ruined by thinking that one of them is the other. Alright, not much left to Canada. But unfortunately, we still need to take these lands of God knows what. Oh, wait, Winnipeg is a thing. Ah. Never would have imagined Winnipeg was a thing. You there, ignore your job, ignore your everything. Your job is to strategically redeploy over here and swiftly take Winnipeg. Yeah, I know you don't have mechs and you don't have tanks. But come on, those Canadian surrender monkeys will just bow down to your grace. That's it. Back to Winnipeg. The final holdout of the Canadian race. Maybe if I just nuked them harder, they would have wanted to cede. Maybe we can just throw a few nukes at Winnipeg for the hell of it. Strategic bombers, what's your range? Ooh, that looks like Winnipeg is within range. If that's the case, take off that, go and hold Winnipeg. Come on. Oh wait, you still don't count that as being a strat bomber in range. I count it as a strat bomber being in range. Can you get aces that have extra range? No, it would take time for them to be assigned anyway. I thought it was bad here in the Netherlands. Oh, anything that's bad, we can find a way to make it worse. Better be cautious here, though. Canada... Not a lot of Canada left. How does the Canadian National Anthem go? Anybody know it? Well, someone just screamed there, and I do wish that was it, but it's not. Oh, not as far as I know. Ah, clever buggers. They tried to get me away from it, but there we go. Oh, Canada. Yeah, I'm hoping they're going, oh, when this arrives. Bye-bye, Winnipeg. Feel like surrendering yet, Canada? Yes, yes they do! But you're not surrendering yet, so I feel like you should have another nuclear bomb. Actually, it could easily flip over to 100%, so let's make our save. Warmth at last for the Canadians. They must feel so happy. They must have scrambled the whole Canadian Air Force to prevent another one from landing. Wow, they're still only at 99%. I'm still going to keep my saves going, though. Because I want to catch it just for the peace conference. Well, taking this Canadian wilderness takes forever, it seems. There we go, 100%, unless that's about to change. There we go, that's it. We did it. It started in 1938, it's now 1952, but we have finally crushed those allied upstarts. What a fight, oh god. Remember the map when it had countries like Spain and Portugal and United Kingdom? Hideous, just hideous. Unfortunately, it's not all for me to be taking. Japan made a huge load of gains themselves, and I suspect they at the very least deserve everything in Asia. Not really sure any way they could justify grabbing more than that, considering we're at war with them, but that's not for me to even consider. I'm going to hand the save over to somebody. I think this is how we'll do it going forward. Whenever there's a peace deal that has multiple people involved, and isn't the final peace deal of the campaign, I'm going to let somebody from the community make the peace deal for me. That way we don't have my enormous biases coming in. That's how we had it before, where Soviet Union grabbed a whole little land here, even though they hadn't gone and occupied any of it, and really all they'd done is bleed in the face of the German Reich. They still contributed towards the war and deserved something for it, whereas I got this and not a whole lot else. There was one person in the YouTube comments who didn't really like that peace conference. They said, "Oh, very overpowered peace deal. Scandinavia gets everything. Everybody else gets pretty much nothing." The Allies got to puppet Spain and Italy, and Stalin got the whole East. Puppets might not look like much, but you can usually press more out of a puppet than you can the raw land, and you don't have to pay for putting resistance down. Anyway, weak justification of that aside, we are not going to be doing our peace conference here. We will hand it over to a well-trusted Brazilian pillar of the community, and they'll be fleshing it out for us. There are a lot of countries involved here, though. I don't know how I would even want to do it myself. This is a lot of... yeah, peace conferences need a lot of work. A whole lot of work. Of course I'm using player-led peace conference, so I could even say, yeah, Japan gets this, and this, and it would still be prettier than anything that the AI puts together. But I'm not Brazilian, says Nemi Blob. Do you want me to break... We'll bring that up shortly, TBW. In any case, I'm going to call it for tonight. When we come back tomorrow, we're going to finish off this entire war and the campaign by putting the East Asian Prosperity Sphere under boot and wrapping it up. Then we'll think about another campaign to be having for it. Until then, though, cheers for joining, and a cheerio.